modelers out in YouTube land. It's a lazy-eyed modeler here in the Woody Workshop. This section we're going to do the review of this kit, the special edition 48 Ford Police Coupe 2-in-1. If you watched the previous video on the styrene archaeology of 48 Ford kits, you know this is the most current 48 Ford to come out. During the course of this review, we'll compare it a little bit back and forth to some of the other kits. So first off, I want to say, if you're thinking 48 Ford Coupe, most people out there currently would probably think of this kit, and that's the custom coupe. That's a 48 Ford that's been chopped and has custom parts and whatnot. And you might think that this kit comes from this kit, but it does not. It is more closely related to the 48 Ford Woody that was originally produced back in 1998. And there's also the 48 Ford Convertible that we see here that was also produced in 1998. Both of them have been re-released, and of course they are both stock kits. This one here has the custom parts, some custom parts in it, but they are both known as stock kits and can be built that way. Now let's open this box, see what's inside. I will say that this kit has been opened and looked at a little bit, but the bags haven't been opened. So the body is the biggest thing that's changed in this kit. Sorry for the rattling, I didn't open anything ahead of time. Here we go. There's the body. Now I imagine this floor pan is a new piece that is different than the other kits. This beginning of the interior tub with the rear seat in it with the stock seat pattern. There's engraved floorboards, mats, and carpeting. Here we have 4 nice pad printed white wall tires and the stock hood in this package. And here's the body. It has all the side trim and moldings that were on a stock 40 Ford. Whereas the custom coupe would have those shaved off. It has the drip rails around the windows. It looks pretty much like a 48 Ford to me. I mean, some may argue the shaping of the top and whatnot. I really don't know. Maybe there's a little curvature off there. I don't know. There's some sanding that will have to be done because there's seam lines across here and across the other fender. Otherwise, not too bad from the looks of it. Now inside there is, you can see the stock sort of roof rails and the upholstery on the top of the interior, and that may cause problems. You'd have to get a coat of primer on there, but that could cause some slight sink marking in here. I can sort of see it, but I don't know if it's just because it's the plastic is thinner where those lines are, or whether we have sink marks. Won't know that till you get a coat of primer on it. So that's some of the new stuff in this kit. Here we have an additional chrome sprue that has the police parts on it, because this is as you can see, is a 48 Ford Police Coupe kit. And I mean, the only thing that makes a police coupe are these, you know, the siren, the lights, and there's a radio to go in it. Here we have the clear parts with the back window, the side window, the windshield with you can see it has the sun visors molded to the windshield. Red parts for the tail lights and the police lights. Now this one will be a new bag of stuff for the coupe. Here we have the coupe specific door cards and the coupe specific front seat and the seat back. And right up here under my finger is the police radio for the police car components. This sprue, we have the rear fender mud guards, if you want to call them. This is part of the siren, I believe, for the police stuff. Bumper brackets, and then rear tail lights here. Now, we have this bag of parts. This will go through quickly. Probably not quickly enough, but here we have the rear spring and radius rods. There's the coolant pipes for the motor. These two little round things here are, you know, your brake pedal and your clutch pedal. There's a couple pairs of shocks on here. Now all these things I'm showing from here on are probably shared with the the 48 Ford Woody Wagon and the 48 Ford Convertible, the two stock kits. Here we have the frame, we have the heater box, battery, more fender brackets, hood hinges, and the steering column. Right under this finger here is the steering column. Here we have the X support that goes on the frame, firewall, the dashboard, brake backing plates. You wouldn't think that would be so hard to spit out. Here we have the engine, another front radius rod, the radiator. We have the front axle, the drive shaft, and the rear housing. That's in two parts. Steering linkage, the flathead Ford and associated parts. And here we have the intake manifolds, or the heads, the intake manifold, the exhaust, drive belts, an air cleaner, starter, single exhaust. We have the wheels, front wheel backing plates, the steering wheel, the fan on that. And then we have the standard bag of chrome. I don't really want to open it to scratch it, but there's the grille. The hubcaps are along here. The horn ring is here. Front bumper, rear bumper. Let's see what else we can see here. Headlight buckets. And here we have, I'll show you the decals, or decals. There's the decals, various police markings and license plates, gauge cluster, hang on here, gauge clusters or gauges up top there, and other police markings. And then we have the usual Revell type instruction sheets. There's the color callouts. There's the listing of all the parts on this page. On this page, and then the building instructions. You have the engine is the first part. Move on to the chassis. More chassis work. Wheels and tires up here. And more putting the chassis together. Still working on the chassis on steps 5 through 6. Step 7 is the radiator and attaching that to the chassis. Step 8, you start working on the body, supposedly putting all the windows. And then it continues from there with the doing the firewall, putting it into the body. Then the interior work goes through from steps 10 till 12. 13 is mating the body, the floor pan all together. And then 14 through 19 is just finishing up the build, depending on which way you're building it. Step 19 here shows putting on the police parts. So that is pretty much what's in the kit. Now I just want to mention that if you're planning on doing this as a custom, if you look at the custom coupe, this, I call it sort of a mustache here. You can see it there, but that's not on the custom coupe. Now if you want to use the grills from the custom coupe, you'll have to find a way to cut this mustache off and otherwise customize that front end. Now that's where you can tell this is more related to the original 48 Ford Woody and the 48 Ford convertible, because this front end is the same as what is in those kits. This does not share with the 48 custom coupe. So just a heads up that if you are thinking of using that type of thing with a stock height roof, you're going to have to do some cosmetic surgery here to get a custom look to your front end. If you're doing a stock Ford coupe, then you're more than happy to see it this way, because it means less work for you. Anyway, that's what's in the kit. I hope you find it useful. If there are any questions, I'll try to answer them. Let me know. And we'll see you again. Bye now.